Hyperlapses are certainly a lot of fun, and done correctly they can turn out brilliantly. So today I'm using the DJI AIR2s. Now during the daytime, to get the best possible image, you're going to have to use an ND filter. So I'm using an ND 1000 today or an ND 2000, and this allows me then to reduce my shutter speed between 1 and 2 seconds during daylight. So I'm using this set by Freewell, and this includes an ND 1000 and 2000. So this is perfect for during daytime time lapses and hyperlapses. Without these, you'll have to use auto mode, and then you won't get that nice motion blur which you want when you're doing any hyperlapses. So to start with, you'll see this picture is really dark. Don't worry about that, it's because I've still got it in auto. When we do now click on the button and move to hyperlapse, you'll see the difference. So go into your settings and move down to hyperlapse here, and we're going to make sure it's in pro mode, and we're going to use course lock to start with. Two settings here. Let's talk about the pro mode settings first of all, and experiment with these. You don't have to be exactly what I'm doing, but the shutter speed you want for daytime between 1/15 of a second and 2 seconds. So play around with this and just look at that mm in the bottom right hand corner, and you want to get quite close to the 0. So you want to just experiment and judge that. You also want your ISO to be as low as possible. So ISO 100 is going to give you the best quality. Okay, let's look at the hyperlapse settings. So if we click on unlocked, this is now locked. It'll go from unlocked to locked. Look at that green line. That is the direction of the course of the drone's going to be going in. But you can turn the drone left or right. So if you want a sideways shot on that same course, you can do. Make sure you do that before you press start. So it takes a really nice shot, and it'll keep on going until the end of that line. The intervals, you can set these intervals, and this is how long it takes before it takes a shot. So 3 seconds, it'll be 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then it'll keep on going. Now it depends on the conditions and the daylight. I find anything between 2 to 6 seconds is going to be the best results. For the purpose of this, I'll leave it every 4 seconds. And the duration, you can change this as well. I like to have over 5 seconds. This then allows you then to upload it to stock sites and make some money, which we'll talk about in a later video. And then the speed, for the speed, what you want to have is if you're close to a subject, close to an object, around about 3 kilometers, and if you're quite far, between 4 and 6 kilometers. When you've done that, all you want to do then is click on record, and the drone will then start flying on that course. So I've got my drone facing straight forward, and if you look bottom left hand corner, you can see that green line, and that's the way it's going. While it's doing that, you can still go in your settings, but everything's grayed out. I've got my format set to movie because I'm on Apple. You can have MP4 if you're on Windows. And then I'm not having any photos for this example. I will talk about that in a later date if I can get even better footage. But make sure that is all set. And another thing is, if you just click on control, you want to make sure that that is set to follow mode. It can be in FPV mode, but it's a bit shaky, especially when windy. Other settings like obstacle avoidance will still work as well during the daytime. If it's dark, it might not, depending on any of the conditions, if there is any light or not, but I've still got my obstacle avoidance on, and that will keep flying in that direction. And then once it's done that, it will create you this video automatically. You can play it, and there you've got this really cool hyperlapse. You could then edit it, and you could then change the colors, bump the colors up, but it's a really good looking video. Right, let's look at waypoints. This is my favorite one. So this allows you then to fly to the different directions that you want and the different angles on that course, and you basically set your own and you can save it. So here I'm just going to have it to the left hand side. I then click plus, and that saved that waypoint. Now I want it to be directly centered to where that road is heading towards the sea. So I'm going to also increase the flight altitude just by a few meters to here. Now I've got it in the center. I'm going to click plus again, and that will save that as the second waypoint. And now just the third one, I want it to finish off. I'm just going to have it so it is parallel to the field. So I'm just going to go to the right hand side, and then we can see it there. Now this is then saved, and I can save this, and then I can use that again and again. So if I want to use this at night time, I can use the exact same waypoint and it will save it. The same setting as before, so interval, how long it takes before it takes another photo, and then the length of it, how long you want your hyperlapse to be. These settings may change depending on your battery life, so I'm just going to set these again just for the purpose of this. I'm going to have it every 3-second interval, and then the length I want it to be at 6 seconds long. The sequence is really good. If you're low on battery like me, you can put it into reverse. It will fly what you've just set in reverse, but it still creates this great hyperlapse. So if you don't and you just click it as normal, the drone will fly to your first waypoint. So I've got it in reverse, so it now cracks on and does what I've asked it. So 150 photos it needs to take, and it's doing it in reverse, so it's not wasting any battery. Looking on the map here, you can see the 3 waypoints, and the last one I've set is now the first one. So once it's done 1, 2 and 3, it's finished. Now it could not make it all the way to 3. If that battery is pretty low, it won't make it, but as you can see, it's just about done it. Creates that automatic video for you, and the great thing about waypoints is you can go back to them again and again, and you can create this image in daylight and at night time. Once it's done that, I'm just going to fly it back to me as it's uploading and creating that video for me. But waypoints are great because you could select multiple different angles and shots and create really good images. So this here now, just as these low batteries come on, I've now got a shot to the left hand side, which I'll show you in a second. So just as I get a bit further up, I've managed to get 2 different waypoints on 1 battery, and it creates this beautiful hyperlapse. And this is daytime in pretty boring conditions. But coming soon, I'm going to be showing you what the Air2s is like at night, and you'll be quite surprised at just how good the quality is at 5.4K quality at night time. But you can also use hyperlapses, so using coarse lock and waypoint at night to create some lovely looking hyperlapses. So if you want to use daytime hyperlapses, I do recommend ND filters, ND 1000 and 2000. I'll link them in the description below. If you don't use ND filter and you put on auto, you won't get that same motion blur. But hyperlapses are so much fun. Go and create them, go and master them. They do take a bit of work, but once you've got the settings in your head and you know what to do, it's great fun. So take care, thanks so much for watching, we'll see you soon, bye bye.